So after the INT, here's Wentz. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That's 2 really good stops in a row. Back-to-back tackles for losses. I mean, let's face it, they are locked in to what they're doing offensively. And now they've earned the right to rush the passer on third down, haven't they?
Yeah, and offensively they're going to have to do something else because the run game, at least on this drive, isn't working. Now Wentz on third down. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards, first down Packers. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup.
The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Aguilar has it. The 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Nelson Aguilar. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know they know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
258. Single. Flip again.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And the Packer first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Check 53, Mike. Watch the run. Whip. Watch the whip.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here's Jones. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down.
Hey, check mark 50. Very good. This is 15. Check mark 50. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends right.
A quick throw there out to Jeffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Go. Waiting. Sunday.
Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
At the 50-yard line.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Rodgers now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Under 10.
80 weapons. Back north. Flip it down.
To throw is Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. On second down, Benjamin. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This will be fielded at the 6. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
4-5-7. Hang in there.
To throw, it's Wentz. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
This pass complete. Wins to Ertz. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 31, Wentz escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now Wentz. He wants it all for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Benjamin, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught by Aguilar. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, Benjamin, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, exit. You think you're going to get this?
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, that's what I do. Hey, we're good.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
You go tight.
Choose it.
You got tight right there. Get him. You got him.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th, and that will force a turnover on downs. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Watch the twist. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
They'll keep it on the ground. Benjamin. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Now Jones, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Get up! Uncle, over here.
To throw is Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Wentz now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Great 15, great 15.
Get ready.
Hey, right 7.
50, Mike, 50. Check tight, check tight. Check tight.
Here we go, 50, 50. 5-9, 5-9. Go.
Back to throw. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Go. Louis! Get that quarterback! Kill! Hey! What's your son?
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Wentz. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tyson. Safety's creeping.
Hey.
Red 5-2, come here.
Mike's 50.
What's your son?
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Watch that. Check. 40. Sunday.
So that'll back him up 5. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it third and long.
Hey, Steve 6. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong. Two jet. 50.
Wentz to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw. It's caught by Jackson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Watch the slant. Mike 50. It's just me and you. 82. Let's go, Mike 50.
3 bucks.
Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one a first down pickup of 8. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. He's back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend.